Okay, so tonight I am going to teach you how to put together a course and launch it all within 30 days. Now, I know right now what you're probably asking yourself is, do I have what it takes to actually launch a course? So I'm going to tell you about a teacher that I know who lives in New York. She had been working as a teacher for probably about 22 years. And she decided that she was going to take a course from Amy Porterfield. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what type of course did this teacher put together? Now, a lot of people think that, well, I don't really have anything that people are going to pay me for, but this teacher was really good at putting together lesson plans. And basically all of the teachers in her school were asking her, hey, can you help me put together my lessons plans? And then all of a sudden, everyone was like, hey, can I copy that? Can I copy that? And so she took Amy Porterfield's Courses That Convert, and she literally created a course on how to put together curriculum for the entire 12 months for second grade teachers. Now notice how she didn't go after first grade teachers. She didn't do kindergarten teachers. She niched down into what she does the best, and that was teaching second grade. And so now she's no longer a teacher who's making, $35,000 a year. She's actually making a little over $1 million from the last update that Amy did. And so this teacher has literally gone from $35,000 a year to being literally a millionaire and retiring not only her, but her husband as well. And so tonight, I am going to walk you guys through literally how to create a course from start to finish, from the idea of the course to literally launching it in 30 days. And I'm going to use my 6-week program as an example because I literally did this step by step, okay? I've got my notes right here. I am ready to rock and roll. Hopefully you have your notes as well. And we're gonna go through, there's 7 steps that we're gonna go through. And so we need to make sure that we understand each step thoroughly. And then you are going to be able to launch your course from idea to literally launching in 30 days. So the very first step that you need to take is you need to figure out, does my audience want this? Do I even have an audience? So how do you validate that offer? Well, the first one is quite easy. And a lot of people actually do what the opposite of what we suggest is they do the research and they're like, well, everyone has a course on this. Some people have a course on this. And so they're like, well, too many people have a course. Well, if someone has a course on it, that is the first sign that you should do it because it's validated. Someone else is doing it. So that means that there is an actual offer for that. There's an audience for that course. And the second way is you need to talk to your audience, okay? So for the past 7 to 8 months, I really didn't have a product to sell. I was literally polling my audience to see what they wanted, right? Whenever I first got on the Facebook ad scene, I didn't know what product or what kind of service I should offer. And so when I started doing my Facebook Lives, I decided that I was going to figure out what is it that people really want to learn. And so what I did was I just literally started doing the Facebook Lives. And as people were asking me questions, I decided, you know what? I'm going to start polling my audience and I'm going to start taking them on strategy calls so that I can take notes on the questions that they're asking, what they want to know how to do, what their major pain points, and what their struggles are. And so within about a 2-week period, I had done 48 absolutely free strategy calls with people. If you're just tuning in right now, I am basically going over how to go from idea to launching a course in less than 30 days. So if you have an MLM, I have helped someone who sold makeup, basically for Unique, turn her passion of makeup into a course so that she could actually sell more pieces of makeup, right? A lot of people think, if you're an MLM, that all you're good for is selling products, but that is not true. And that is why I am teaching you guys how to brand yourselves and your business second. And so tonight we're going over the 7 steps that you need to take in order to go from idea to launching your course in less than 30 days. And so the first step that we just went over is validating your idea. If other people have courses on that subject, that is actually a good sign. A lot of people look at that and they're like, well, I don't want to touch that. So-and-so has that. How many exercise products are there? How many cookbooks are there? The reason that people keep putting stuff like that out is because it's validated. People buy them. And so don't be freaked out that if other people are selling courses of something that you want to do, because that means that there is an audience for it. And the second way that you need to validate it is you literally need to talk to your audience, because I'll give you guys an example. Whenever I started my pizza parlor agency, I was going to offer a done for you service and a done with you service, and I was going to offer a course. Now, before I finished my pizza course, I structured it out and I was really excited. And then I talked to pizza parlor owners and other restaurant owners, and they were like, you know what? I probably wouldn't sit down and take this course. I would rather just pay someone to do it for me. And so I validated my idea that this pizza parlor course on how to do Facebook ads was not going to work because I talked to my audience. Before I did my 6-week coaching program, I talked to 78 people, taking notes at what their questions were and figuring out what are their problems, what are their pain points. And so after validating that, one, people wanted me to put something out, I validated that. And then I took all of my notes that I had taken on these phone calls, and then I started cross-referencing. What is the 1 or 2, 3 things that people keep asking over and over again? And the 3 things that I figured out over those calls was, 1, people didn't understand how to produce good content. 2, they didn't have a specific audience. They didn't have a niche. They didn't even know the beginning of picking a niche. And 3, they were terrified of Facebook advertisement. And I found all of that out by doing free strategy calls with my audience. And so that is the 2 things that you need to do. 1, to figure out if your course is going to be something that your audience wants. First, you have to validate it by saying, okay, how many other courses are there? Is there a market for this? And 2, you need to poll your audience to ask them, is this something that they're actually going to want to do? So that's the first step. Made my own notes for this lesson tonight. So step number 2 that you need to be doing is, are you qualified to teach that skill or a trade? So there's basically 2 types of courses that you can create. One is going to be a skill, right? It's not necessarily going to make someone money. Like knitting is a skill, crocheting, playing the piano, that's a skill, right? But then there's also a trade, like doing Facebook advertising, like starting your own digital agency. Those are the types of activities, the trades that are actually going to make people money, so you can charge more money for them. Whereas courses like, how to play the guitar, how to play the piano, how to knit, how to throw a Frisbee correctly, you're not going to be able to charge a lot of money for that kind of stuff, because that kind of stuff is literally just, a skill that people have. They're not necessarily going to make money. So if you are teaching and putting together a course on how to make money, doing like living the laptop lifestyle or doing Facebook advertisement, you can actually charge more for that. Now, there are 3 ways that you can position yourself as you're teaching this course. You can position yourself from someone who has experience overcoming that, right? So if you are selling, let's say something like Beachbody, right? Or weight loss, a fitness product, you can position yourself as an expert because you have the experience, because you went through that transformation. You don't have to be a fitness, quote, expert working in a gym and having all these nutrition classes or not, because you can teach this course because you have experience. The second way that you can present yourself as a researcher, as someone who is basically curating a lot of content in one place. I know plenty of people who literally troll, YouTube. And when I say troll, I mean just like searching around in YouTube and they're putting together all of these really awesome courses all in one place, and they're turning around and turning that into a free course or something like that, because they're offering themselves as a curator of content. So they're talking to all of these course creators that have their content on YouTube, and they're going to them and they're putting together courses based on these people, and they're paying them a sum of, if it's free, they're asking for permission. If it's paid, they're obviously giving them a cut of the thing. So the last one is the reporter. So think about this as a TV reporter, right? That's how I kind of think of it. You can position yourself as a reporter. You have taken Dan Henry's course. Like, let's say you're doing Facebook advertisement. Dan Henry is a Facebook ads expert, just like myself. And so let's say that I went and took Dan's course and learned and executed as much as possible. Then I would come back and report everything that I learned in my experience of taking that. And so basically you're taking someone else's information, absorbing it, turning it into your own type of content, and of course giving them credit that you learned from them. So those are the 3 types of ways that you can position yourself as an expert. So once you validate your offer that it's something that your audience wants, number 2, figure out which one of those experts make you qualified to teach what you're about to teach. Now, the 3rd step is identifying the steps that you are going to use to solve that person or audience's problem, okay? All good courses have to have a step-by-step system. You have to take them from point A to point B. So I referenced my 6-week course earlier. And so I basically validated that 1, people didn't know how to create good content. 2, they were lost whenever it came to Facebook advertisement. As a matter of fact, they were actually really, really confused and terrified of it. And then 3, they didn't know their audience. And so whenever I was creating my 6-week program, what I did was I put together a step-by-step system that my students go through. You guys went through this. So number 1, right, the first step in my 6-week program is finding your value. Step 2 is identifying your audience and your product. We just got through that phase as well. And then step 3 is creating content for that audience. Number 4 is, you're throwing more money to get that content out via Facebook advertisement. That's step 4, Facebook advertisement. And then number 5, the 5th step that we haven't gotten to yet in the 6-week course that I'm teaching with my students now, is basically retargeting all of those people who consumed your content but that didn't necessarily buy. And so those are the 5 steps that I take my audience through that journey in my 6-week program. So in order to have a course, you have to have a step-by-step system that is going to take your audience on a journey. Any questions so far? I see that there's a couple of you guys on here. Cool. So first step, we validated it, right? We made sure that this course was something that our audiences was going to want. And the second thing we did was we qualified ourselves as one of the following experts. We decided, well, are you an experienced user? Are you the researcher? Or are you the reporter? What type of expert are you when it comes to presenting that type of content? Number 3, we identified the steps that we needed to take our audience from point A to point B. Remember, all good courses have to have a step-by-step system to take them on that journey. Now, step 4 is, does this course have a measurable result, right? You're taking people from point A to point B. You have to have some type of measurable result that you can say at the end of taking this course, you are going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. Whether that's something that's financially, whether that's something physically, or whether that's, emotionally. The best courses have a specific promise of a result, right? So let's say you're doing a course on how to play the piano, right? That is something that's going to have a physical result of taking your course. And so you could promise, that by the end of the course, you're going to be able to identify, all the keys on the piano. You're also going to be able to play any song you hear on the radio by ear, and you are going to be able to improvise playing, right? We are promising results. So if they take that piano course, these are the 3 results that they're going to be able to take. Now, if you're doing something that's going to have physical results, like let's say a fitness challenge, can you promise that, hey, they're going to lose 10 pounds, or hey, you're going to drop their BMI, or financially, are they going to be able to do something like pay off their mortgage in 3 years or something like that? Always see if you can promise some results that are measurable, okay? And what I also like to do instead of offering a refund, because if you can't get them those results, you don't want them to ask for a refund. And so you want to give them something that is called risk reversal. And what that is instead of saying, if you're not satisfied, blah, 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 you'll get your money back, don't do that. Offer something in the form of a risk reversal. And what that does is, let's say I'm offering that piano course and they can't play the piano after like 60 days. Let's say my course was called How to Play the Piano in 60 Days. And after 60 days, they still can't play the piano. What I'm going to promise them instead is, hey, I'm going to continue working with you until you get that result. And so what you're going to do is you're going to offer them, hey, I'm going to keep working with you until you get X, Y, and Z results. So make sure that whatever result you're promising in this course is something that is measurable and something that is realistic, that you can offer some type of risk reversal instead, so that they're not asking for a refund. That is one of the best tricks that I just learned on the whole risk reversal thing. It's going to save you a lot of time and trouble from offering people refunds, because you're putting a lot of work and time into people. And the thing is by offering that risk reversal, it makes the chance of them asking for a refund go down, because you're holding them accountable. You're saying, you know what, I'm going to show you how to, like, let's say, how to make 10 grand, in the first 90 days. Like, so many people have these unrealistic promises, but let's say you did that. If they didn't make that in 90 days and they were following everything that you did step by step, you're just going to say, hey, I'm going to keep working with you until you get to 10 grand. So that's how that risk reversal works. And it's kind of a win-win for both you and your person, right? Because you want to keep working with them and you want them to get that result, but you don't want them to take advantage. And I'm telling you, by offering that risk reversal, it's also going to weed out the tire kickers. So the people that give up in the middle of your course, they're not going to be asking for a refund, because you're like, I'll keep working with you. And then, they'll be like, no, I'm good. And then they'll go on their merry way. So.
Hey, Laurel, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
I have a question for you.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
If you do this what you just said, role reversal thing, but they have to show you accountability, obviously, right? Like, they have to show up and do the work, and that's only if they're really doing what you told them to do, right?
Exactly. Like, if they're following your steps and they're still not getting the results, you're gonna work with them, and you're gonna find a way. Like, my mentor, what he does is, once people pay for a core program, like, let's say someone takes my 6-week course and they are still, like, struggling, I'm going to put them in, my membership, my $7 membership, and say, keep doing this over and over and over again. It doesn't cost any more time from my side to keep working with them.
Right. Okay. That sounds, I think it's a great idea. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it gives, it lessens the whole thing of no refund, like, which I like. And so it's like, we're going to keep working together until we get you results. And it influences them to try to be better. It's either going to weed out the people, or it's going to make the people that are struggling work a little bit harder.
Right. They're either going to show up or ship out.
Exactly. And that's what that risk reversal is meant to do. And I just thought that was such a great idea.
Yeah, I like that. I can't see if anybody else is on. I just see you. I don't know why. I'm on my phone and it's like I can't see shit. But if anyone else is here, what's up?
Yeah, so I'm doing it from my own notes from whenever I created. I'm going over how to go from idea to launching your first course in like 30 days. And so I'm just kind of going over the steps. So step one is obviously validating, right? Do people want what you have to offer? Is there that there's two ways to validate that. One, you can see if there's other courses. If there's other courses, then that's validated, right? If other people are putting out courses, then that's a good sign. A lot of people get freaked out when, you know, people are putting out other courses that are just like them, but that's actually a really, really good sign. And number two is by doing free strategy calls. That's how I built my 6-week program, was getting on the phone with 78 people, taking extensive notes, asking them, you know, different questions, and them telling me exactly what they were struggling with. And so that's how I put together my validation system for my 6-week program. And step two is, are you qualified? What type of expert are you going to use to be able to qualify yourself? There's 3 different levels. You can teach from experience if you've done something before, to the researcher, someone who's taking other people's content, getting their permission and giving them a cut and presenting it in this course form. And then there's 3, the reporter, someone who goes and learns something and then makes it their own, gives credit from where they learned it, and then presents it in a course. And so after you do that, you have to identify the steps needed, right? Because step 3 is identifying the steps that you're going to take your audience on. No good course is going to, you know, be without steps. You have to have some type of step-by-step system that's going to take them from point A to point B. And number 4, we were just going over, is, does it have measurable results? How are you, you know, measuring their results at the end of, you know, the 60 days or the 90 days? You have to present them with some type of measurable result. Now, number 5, how are you going to deliver the course? There's several different ways that you can deliver the course, and I'm gonna tell you what my favorite one was as far as delivering my first course and letting go of a little bit of pressure. So the first way is via video, right? You can make a video course. You can, you know, do Facebook Lives and then put them in a course. A lot of people do that. You can do it via a slide deck. You can make a really nice keynote and then you can just voice over the lessons. Amy Porterfield and Zach Spuckler from Heart, Soul, and Hustle, they both are doing that whenever they're putting together their courses. You don't even see Amy in some of her courses. Like, she's just voiceover and keynote. You can do it via email series. I see a lot of people doing, you know, challenges, challenge courses over email. So basically their course is dripped over an email series. You can do it that way. But this last way is my absolute favorite way to deliver your course for the very first time. And it is via a live workshop. It is my favorite way because I find that it stalls procrastination. It's like, I am going to launch this. Once you have the idea and you're like, you know what, I'm going to launch this, like, let's say on January 1st, I spend about 2 weeks gathering the information, gathering the resources that I'm going to use for this course. And then I'm going to deliver it via a live workshop. Don't overcomplicate it. People think that they have to have, you know, 20 videos in a course. You could literally deliver it each week. Like how I have one masterclass in my 6-week program every single week. You can deliver your course exactly like that, where you're not having to do heavy video production and you're doing it all live in front of your students. Now, that's going to do a couple of different things. One, it is going to help you make the course better and better as you go by, because people are going to be asking you questions. You know, sometimes you're too close to your product. And so I like doing these master classes with you guys, because you guys give me feedback during the master class when you have a question. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, that's easy. They'll catch on to that. And I find out, no, it's not. And so the next time I go to do this master class, I take all of the feedback that you're giving me, and then I'm doing it live again. I just do it live until I perfect it. And then till pretty much everyone's like, dude, I'm good. And then I'm like, okay, this is going to be the final video. And then you put that in your course. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I love it.
Yeah. And
I
so
love the group workshops. I think they work great. I love them too.
yeah. And because it's like not as important as, you know, like how you're going to deliver. It's like when, because when people buy a course, they want to get started. They want to, you know, they want to get the momentum going. And so by doing it live, you're literally putting yourself out there and saying, I'm going to launch this course and it's going to happen on this day. And you better be ready at, you know, 6:00 on a Tuesday night, ready to deliver, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that idea also, because not only do people get the momentum, but sometimes people get a little bit lost and they get behind the rest of the class and they're not getting that much participation, and they start you know, kind of getting discouraged. So if you're like, okay, we're all in this together, we're all doing this one step together, then it makes people feel like they're not being left behind.
That is exactly right. And that's why I love this too, is because I can gauge to see, okay, did they absorb the information from the last masterclass? And then it kind of gives you a chance to open up the conversation at the end of what they understand and what they don't understand too. So another thing that we're going to talk about is whenever you're presenting this, whenever you're getting ready to launch your course, and Corinne, you and I talked about this earlier today, you literally just have to have a sales page ready to go. And if any of you guys, I'm going to actually post my sales page link. So if you guys want to copy my sales page for my 6-week course, I'm going to put that in the notes underneath this video so that you can literally copy my sales page. That's literally all you need to launch a course. What you need on there though is your syllabus, right? You need a product name. You need to name it. Whatever course you're gonna release, it has to have a name. It has to have a product description, like what are the results? What can they expect? What is the expected outcome from taking this? And then you're gonna have like a syllabus kind of outline, like week 1, we're gonna go over this. Week 2, we're gonna go over this. You know, week 3, we're gonna go over this. Don't overcomplicate it though, but make sure that on your sales page, you have all of this that is like, you know, outlined so that they know exactly what they're going to get. That's literally all you need in order to launch, is you just need a sales page. You don't need to have, you know, like all of these things ready to go. And so basically what I recommend is teaching it live, just because it makes it so much easier and you don't have to figure out yet, okay, where's this course going to live? I know Corinne and I were talking about, you know, doing something like this because she's got something that's ready to launch, but she doesn't know where to host it yet. And so I'm basically, you know, encouraging her to go ahead and make the sales page for it, pre-sell it, and then figure out where to put it afterwards, just to see if there's a need for her to go through all of this work.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Definitely.
Yeah. And so it's like, you know, a lot of people are like, can I do this? And it's like, yes, anyone can. You know, I've worked with different people. You know, I've worked with someone who was, like I said, like I was talking about earlier, in Younique. You know, she didn't realize that she was going to have a course whenever she started working with me. She just thought she was going to learn how to sell makeup. And I literally helped her put together this course on how to get out the door in less than 10 minutes. You know, it started out as a challenge that ended up getting well received by her audience, that she turned it into an entire course. You know, you can teach people, it doesn't matter, like the littlest things, like this teacher that I talked about, you know, like she basically taught teachers how to put together a badass 12-month, you know, lesson plan for 2nd grade teachers. There's no limit. There's a high school kid that I was talking to a couple of weeks ago that was really good at shooting. And he put together, you know, how he practices every day to get his perfect three-pointer shot. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you have a skill, and people have this misconception that you have to be a quote expert to release a course. You don't. You just have to know, you have to be 2 steps or 1 step further in front of the people that you're going to sell it to. That's it. You know?
Question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm going to do, I had an idea for Giving Tuesday. At the same time that I'm going to say, what I'm planning to do is my gift to you for Giving Tuesday, that people are asking you to give, but I'm not asking you to give. I'm actually giving you something, which is a free strategy call, 15 to 20 minutes to help you with anything you need with your business, because I've been a business owner for 5 years. And if I can help you out with something, comment below, blah, blah, blah. Now, do I also tell people at the same time about my landing page, or where do I Is it only if there's enough interest?
Yeah, so basically you're still in the research phase. So right now, all you're going to be doing is listening and taking notes on what they're asking you.
Okay, so I don't need to create a landing page.
No, not yet. You're still in the research phase.
Okay.
So as you're validating it, you're not creating a sales page or anything like that. You're just validating, you're taking notes, you know, like me with my little pen and my little paper. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely. So that was step 5. So number 6 is, what platform are you going to use to deliver this? Now, something that I totally recommend, and this is going to be my sales pitch for the night, is I recommend ClickFunnels. And like I said, I'm going to have not only my sales page, but what I'm also going to put underneath this video is my membership site. So literally all you have to do is click the ClickFunnels link. And if you have ClickFunnels, it'll just load right into your back office, and you'll be able to access everything like my membership site and just change it to how you want it with your videos. You're going to be able to change the sales page, everything. Now, why do I recommend?
So generous. I love that.
So,
I haven't started using ClickFunnels yet, but I think I need to do that soon.
well, my affiliate link's going to be under here.
I love it.
But it does. And why do I like ClickFunnels is because, you know, if someone were just doing a sales funnel, I would recommend something like Leadpage or something that's a little easier. But if you are going to be creating courses and products, and like, let's say I see Charlotte there, she's being really quiet, but Charlotte is going to, at one point, going to have to train her downline, right? Because she's in an MLM. ClickFunnels is the perfect way for her to host her training materials for her downline, so that she doesn't have to sit on the phone and train every single person that comes in. She can teach them, this is the content strategy that I use. She could actually rip off my cheat sheets and give that to her downline as she's changed them to the things that fit her business on how to promote her business. So she can literally have her boot camp ready to go in the ClickFunnels membership site. And so that puts less work on her. Now, ClickFunnels, again, is like $97 a month. But again, you can host a membership site. You can host all of your funnels. It's got your cart, your payment. It hooks right up to PayPal. It hooks up right up to Stripe. It hooks up to MailChimp. I mean, this is literally, you're going to have your all-in-one business like within this funnel. And also what Charlotte and other people that use ClickFunnels are, if you have funnels pre-built, like Charlotte's going to pre-build her funnels, she's going to be able to give those to her downline. And what is that going to do? Give her extra income from those affiliate links. And so that is what,
share your own funnels that you've created, correct?
Say what?
You can only create the funnels you can only share the funnels that you've created yourself.
You can share funnels. People like if you go on YouTube, there are people that show people how to do funnels and then just drop their link. And so when people go click it, they get the affiliate credit for it. Because every time you share your funnel, it takes you to the main, if you don't have ClickFunnels, it takes you to the main ClickFunnels site to sign up, and then it gives you the funnel.
Right. But what I'm saying is, so let's say you give Charlotte your funnel that we're talking about. Can she in turn share that funnel with her downline to build their downlines?
Yeah, you can share it as many times as you want.
Okay. But that'll still be associated with you or with her?
Well, what I tell people to do is copy my funnel, like load my funnel in their back office and then make a copy of it and then archive mine in their back office.
Okay, that way they can always have the original one from you. Okay.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, and that's why I like it. And it's just perfect for people that are starting out because it's just a drag and drop type thing. And especially like when people like me can just give you, like, if Maria's like, you know what, Laurel, can I borrow your discovery call funnel, which by the way is in the membership site, my application and everything that I go through for my discovery calls. I literally am like, okay, Maria, here you go, share it, you know? And so that's just a benefit of people working with me. And it's one of those, you know, how we were talking about those irresistible offers that we can create on top of, you know, that is just another bonus that you can say, especially like if you're a coach and you're like, you know what, I'm going to give you my funnel templates. I'm going to give you my email templates. I'm going to give you everything. I mean, that's literally what you can do in these courses. You can just literally give everyone everything.
Okay.
Cool.
I love it.
And so the last step, since we're 7 steps, the seventh step is making sure that your course has resources. that is going to be the bread and butter of your resources, because a lot of times courses can be free information, you know, that people can find online. They can find it on YouTube, but not everyone is going to have the same resources as you. And that's what people usually come to people like us for, or our resources. They want us to save them time. They want us to save them money. And so by giving them those resources and recommendations that we use, you know, like if someone needs a business coach, I'm going to recommend them to Maria. She's my reference. She's like my go-to person. And so people come to me for these things. And so just keep that in mind as you're creating your course, to have a really in-depth resource and reference sheet that people can reference to. And especially if you're promoting any affiliate products and everything, you want all of those resources to be in one simple place that they can access. So that is literally how you go from idea to launching a course in less than 30 days. 7 steps.
And the 7 steps, are you going to put them in a sheet somewhere to give us?
Yeah, I can. I could actually just take pictures of my notes and give them to you.
Okay.
I think this was great. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's always like, how did you come up with your course? And so I'm like, today I'm like, I'm going to teach on that. And I just like started writing down everything. Because it's literally like something that, you know, like Charlotte, I know Charlotte's here. She's like, oh my God, Laura's always making me do all kinds of shit. But literally, like, this is something that she can, you know, that she can put together for herself. That's an addition.
I'm here. I'm just exhausted because I had to train Keller Williams Jamaica today. So I spent 5 hours on a complete webinar with our Jamaica office.
Hey, wouldn't it be nice if you had a membership site that you could have put all those videos in and just sent them the link to look at all of that, and then offered them
yes. Yes, it would have been absolutely phenomenal to have that, because my brain is on overload from today.
Yeah.
See, I'm quiet, but I'm also eating because I didn't get home from the office until like 7:15 our time, so Eastern Standard. So I had to fix up on. But I have a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. On the course resources,
mm-hmm.
Are the resources always materialistic things, or are the resources like links to where they can go? So like on the back end for us, when you join as a consultant, you get a back end things that you can go and you can, the legal things that you can post, like
mm-hmm.
pictures and things to that nature, or forms or something to that nature. What does that look like as far as for us in the or for me in the resources? Because
I would turn that into your own resource library on your site, since it's been, and you can just label it, you know, approved images from the company, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like I would literally give them in the resources. I would give them all like the cheat sheets, your templates that you're using to create your videos, so that they can get, you know, basically like get the same results as you. Any of the products that they would need, anything like from Amazon, like if, I don't know, like you're using certain pads for, you know, like to wash your face and stuff like that, I would literally, this is everything that I'm using. And I would just, you know, make sure that I'm an affiliate for Amazon. By the way, if you're not an affiliate for Amazon, become an affiliate of Amazon.
Yeah, I started working on that over the weekend, but awesome. I had to prepare for my Jamaica class today. So that took a lot of my time over the weekend preparing for that, because I do that once a month with those agents, because it's a new company, new firm, and we just expanded there. So this weekend I had a ton going on.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, so can it also include the links to certain things too, or
absolutely? Like if you want to include some links to some YouTube videos or something that like is like kind of a bonus. Like I have a section in my membership site that are just my favorite expert classes that are listed on YouTube. Yeah, that's just a resource. It's just a resource that I have. Like I have Miles Beckler's, you know, how to put together a DIY sales funnel in.
Yeah, I love that.
And it's great. Like so I'm planning on filling my my resource page, you know, with the expert videos of other people that are outside of me that you guys can learn from. And so that's just something extra that I can provide for my people.
Did he have to give you permission for that, or no?
No, you can pretty much embed anything, and I'm not selling his videos. I'm just offering them as something, and I'm sure, and it increases his video views. He doesn't mind.
Okay.
I would love for someone to use my videos in their course.
I'm going to use your videos in my course as soon as I get my ClickFunnels.
I invite any of you guys to use any of my
expert,
lessons in your courses.
The Wonder Woman of Facebook ads.
Yes.
So, Laurel, I have a question for you. So what's your thoughts? So I've done really well till now without ClickFunnels, but I love the way like your back office looks, and I love everything that you have. So I'm really thinking of moving into ClickFunnels. Like,
you
so
should, Miss Moneybags making 16,000 sales in a week.
I can do that now. I'm great to
I think you'll be able to easily pay for ClickFunnels now.
Yeah, you know why? Because I'm kind of like moving away from like gearing towards like the Walmart budget clientele. I'm kind of shifting out of that, I think.
Oh yeah, Kareen, meet Maria. I don't think you guys had met yet, but I was bragging about you today to Kareen because Kareen and I had a call, and I was like, dude, Maria was my rock star. I was like, she made $16,000 last week from a fucking Facebook Live.
And I was in Italy, and I was away. Kareem lives like literally 10 minutes away from me, Laurel. Yeah. And we are going to meet for coffee one of these days.
You guys live 10 minutes away from each other? 10 minutes?
No, less than that. You're in Allenwood, right?
I'm in Wall, yeah. And you're in Neptune, so right?
Yeah, so that's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not
I'm jealous. I would drive 10 hours to go visit Maria.
Oh, well, we should all get together one time.
I was talking about Kim. I was telling Kim, I was like, we should have a VIP weekend where you guys just come out here and we spend the weekend just having fun.
Oh my God, we could come hang out with you next to that huge window.
Or listen,
my wife's waiting so that she can put up the Christmas tree. We got a 9-foot tall Christmas tree.
You know what, Maria? If I may, Laurel, there's one thing you had said. You said I will help you. And I intended, well, you know how I write. I tend to be verbose instead of saying, yes, thank you. I was going to say more. So I said, well, let me wait until a little bit later. Well, later never came. And the day I was about to reply, that's when you were flying to Italy. So
that's okay. Well, I'm home now. So anytime, just reach out, girlfriend, anytime.
Okay. I'll text you.
No worries.
Thank you, Laura. What you said to me earlier today in our strategy call, it was really good because unfortunately, as I tried to learn marketing, because the first really 3 years of my business, I just worked off of what came to me. I never really promoted myself or anything like that. And it was good money, so I wasn't really trying to rock the boat too much. But then I was tired of the grind. So from 2016 until now, I had been trying to work with different people, but I would find so many people not having really the integrity that I expected. And I paid my money in good faith, and I really wasn't getting much of anything. Like I said to you, I finally learned last week that there's an actual term for what these people do, which is open up an arc and not really giving you any value. And I saw somebody who had posted something you had, and that's somebody who's like 3-4 connections away, who had posted something that you shared. And within a few minutes, I'm like, oh my God, not only is she good, but it's true what you said, no BS. I'm like, okay, I don't know that I'm her target market, but let me at least like talk to her on Messenger and see if she might be able to help me. And that was a good decision. It took me like 5 minutes to decide that. And I didn't have to go through some stupid 2-hour webinar, which I hate those things. And it's not the way I want to do business. So I really thank you.
Big box coaching.
No, I want to thank you publicly for your integrity. Not everybody has that. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. And that's my whole, my whole thing is I just want to give people, you and I talked about this today, give, give, give. That's my method, is just give, give, give. And, the more you give, the more value that people, come to you for, and they need your help, and they just trust you. And it's fun. Like, I'm having the time of my life right now. I was telling Maria this morning, I was like, man, I'm running myself crazy having my full-time job in this. But, yesterday I was able to put my notice in, and, I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to be able to do this full time. And I know I'm going to have the time of my life, because these calls right here, like, this is fun. Like, when people, like whenever I was in Florida, there was a girl who literally stopped by the house, asked my mentor if, she could stop by and meet me. And I literally talked her head off for 2 hours. Like, she was like, oh my God, this is like the best, because she kept asking me questions. I literally don't shut up. When people start asking about Facebook ads, I just don't shut the fuck up. And, but, it's because I love it so much. You and I were talking about this today. Like, I know this is what I'm supposed to do because I love it so freaking much. When I'm not working on social media, I'm doing social media. It's just something that I do.
It's your passion. It's your life purpose, man. It's so obvious.
I know. I love it. This is so, because I don't know if you guys knew this, but I minored in physical education. So I had to do student teaching, and I absolutely fucking hated it. I hated teaching kids, but I love teaching. I love teaching adults.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Been there, done that, kiddo. Yep.
Oh man, well, I'm gonna get going because we're ready. We're dying to put up the Christmas tree.
Okay, you and your beautiful wife go enjoy and put that tree up and enjoy, because that's what I'm doing here. My kids
so Laura, I'm gonna show you something. Hold on.
Oh, that's a pretty tree.
Oh, nice.
So it's up. It finally went up.
My husband was supposed to put ours up last weekend, but we had a change of plans. So hopefully this coming weekend it'll be up.
Look, I hate putting the tree up. I hate getting poked and prodded with the needle.
Oh, it's fun.
I can't remember if ours is one of those that just comes out of the box and is nice. Is it one of those? Oh, check Ramon out. You guys got to see.
Look at him! Oh.
He's like, oh my God.
He's like, get this off of me.
He's really hating life right now.
Oh gosh. Laura, I have one question.
Yeah, absolutely.
so cute.
And we can talk about this later too. But I did get the answer finally. I got our answer from our legal department about us running the Facebook ads and what we can do and so forth to that nature. So I have all that information and I can do it. I just can't spend more than $50 a day on it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
That's cool.
That's the basic gist of it. So whenever you have some time, I want to get on your schedule so that you and I can sit down and look at the content.
Okay.
For me to put out on an ad, because I have some ideas, but I just want to run it through you first.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to, have you ever used Loom? Loom? It's the same program. You know how I go over you guys' worksheets with you guys and I send you that video? It's loom.com. It's a Google Chrome plugin, and you literally just hit record on your browser and it records it for you in a very small file. And you literally can just send me a link. So if you want to do a Loom video for me and just kind of go over everything, I can be prepared for when we get on the call, and then it'll take less time.
Okay, because I know I finally did set up a business page.
Oh, good.
Finally did that. And so I'm getting there. I did set the business page up. So I've been doing, and I did change my Instagram over to a business.
Okay, good.
So I have that. I am reaching about 3,000 people per post.
That's good. That is excellent.
And then the engagement, I'm getting anywhere between 100 to 200 on the Instagram.
That's
so
good.
I'm not sure if I should go more Instagram than I should go Facebook. So there's questions I have.
Yeah, we can take a look at both of your accounts and kind of compare, because your audience might be better off on Instagram, or one of your audience for real estate might be better on on Facebook, and then your, other business might be better on Instagram. But we'll take a look at both accounts and just kind of take a look at it and see where you're sitting at.
My LinkedIn account, I'm getting about 300 views per week.
On which one, your real estate business or your MLM?
All together, because I have it together on my LinkedIn. I have it together, and I post both sides of it. I post the real estate side and I post my MLM side.
Okay.
So I'm getting about 300 views per week with about 56 people clicking on my profile per week.
No, that's perfect. Now,
so I just need the creation behind this with the videos that I've got to do. There's a lot that needs to be done, and I need direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those things is, how we talked about, like branding yourself, because you're targeting young professional businesswomen. What are you? A young professional businesswoman. So your two businesses do coincide with each other, and they can live together. We just need to figure out a good content strategy for you, because you are a busy professional and that's who you're targeting. So there is a way for them that they can live in harmony and not compete against each other.
Okay. So I'll just, should I just schedule a call with you one-on-one so we can kind of work through some of the logistics of this?
Yeah. There's that Zoom call that's on the membership site.
Okay. Then I'll do that. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to take up.
No, you're fine. That's what the end of the call is for.
Okay. That's all I needed, because I just have so much that is going on in so many different places. I mean, and within 1 week of me setting up my Facebook business page, I have over 50 likes so far.
That's awesome. No, that's great. Just make sure that they're the type of audience that you want on there.
It is.
Okay,
it
perfect.
Is, because I'm only sending it to select few, and then I'm also pushing it out there because I'm going to boost the page, and I'm only boosting it to certain people and only certain categories.
Okay.
To get that engagement.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So regarding refunds, and I totally get what you're saying about risk rehearsal, because I've learned that technique as well. But if you hire someone not as a coach, but more as a done for you service, and it's been delayed 3 times, I'm trying to be understanding and be a decent human being, because I know ish happens. Things that are outside of our control, as well as just things that people are dealing with, and I'm okay with that. But like, how long is enough?
Well, so this is definitely something, because it's a course, right? It's an informational type product, whereas you're a done for you service.
So instead of taking the person's course, I hired the person to do.
Right. So there's no risk. I wouldn't do a risk reversal for that. I would offer a refund for that.
Okay.
Like if let's say that they're not getting your results, or you're not getting results, that's something that
the stuff they sent me was literally unusable 3 times so far, and they had to
so you're asking what they should ask back from you, or you should just cancel the contract for your work. Are you having any stipulations in there that, like, I provide this type of service and then you have to provide me with X, Y, and Z?
No, I did not, because I thought it was going to be done in very, very short order. And that's the reason why I paid the price that I paid. And due to various issues, they were not able to complete it. I don't know when they'll be able to complete it. I have no visibility into that. I know they're trying like mad to get back on track. So I wanted to be like graceful and give them plenty of time, but it's been like it's been over 4 weeks, and it was supposed to be only a 1 week job, maybe 2 week job, and I went a full 4 weeks.
Yeah, so I would just talk to them, and I would ask for a refund, because that's a service that they were supposed to provide for you. It's a little bit different than, if they were coaching you and you weren't getting, like as fast along as they thought you would. It's a little different. Right. But when you're providing a service that's done for them or done for you, it's very different.
Kareem, I would go right to the owner. I would go right to the head.
No, it is.
No.
It is the person. It is
Yeah,
the
then
owner.
then I would just speak from your heart and speak clearly and just tell them, hey, this is the commitment we had. I know shit happens, but now we're going on 4 weeks. What can I expect? Is this going to be done in the next week or so? If not, I'm going to have to retract and I'm going to expect a refund, or I'm going to call the Better Business Bureau. And I don't think we want to go there. End of story.
Well, the person's overseas, so I can't really call the Better Business Bureau. I don't think the person's being malicious or anything, but it's just that at this point, what I need
I
to
wouldn't
deliver
hire
is
anybody
not-
overseas anymore. Sorry. I totally don't. I
Oh,
don't agree.
no. This is somebody in the UK, so it's not like I'm going to like the Philippines or something. So I was trying to balance being a decent human being understanding, and asking like, where's my stuff? Because what I gave and what he sent back, because I gave like all the stuff he needed to do it. I got half of it. He got half of it done, but it wasn't done well. So that has to take a lot of rework. That's probably going to be another week. And then the second part, how much longer is it going to take? And I was not under the impression, I was told that's what I should expect. And
yeah, I would just put your foot down and be like, look, I paid you to do something. I've given you ample time to fix it. And like Maria said, like I'm going to have to ask for a refund or ask for a chargeback or something. Like,
yeah, it's just really clear boundaries in business. It's nothing personal. It's just clear boundaries, make sure things are in writing. Going forward with any business, even if it's someone it has to be in writing and has to be clear boundaries. What's expected and what's delivered, just to avoid future stress. This is my experience, 32 years. Trust me, clear
no,
boundaries.
we do have something in writing. But it's not coming at all. So that's why, I was asking. Okay.
Well, girls, I'm going to have to go. Laurel, guys, Kareem, Charlotte, love you all. I got to go. My kids are waiting to decorate this tree.
Yeah, my wife's waiting as well.
Safely.
And I got to go to my Giving Tuesday giveaway.
Love you all.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.
Have a great night.
Bye. Thanks, Laurel.
Bye, Charlotte.
You're very welcome. Bye.